Hi and welcome to Scientific Calculator developed using Visual Studio Code Development Environment in Python. Alright, let me show you guys this tutorial and how it works. Okay, the video is actually created using Python development environment, but the application used is Visual Studio Code. Right, so I'm just going to show you guys how the whole system works. Now I'm going to go back to standard. There we go. Once you click on this file, you can navigate to standard or scientific, and all you then need to do is enter whatever you want to do. Let's say we want 5 multiplied by 9. Okay, if you change your mind, you can always use clear entry. There, multiply that by 4, so 5 multiplied by 4 is, and there we go, 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. Okay, we can now go to scientific calculator. In there you can add whatever you want to add. Let's say 9 plus 3. There we go. Let's find the sign of that, the tangent, the cosine, modulus if you want. There we go. Clear that, and let's look for the cosine of 1. There, clear. What about the logarithm of 1? 0. Okay, let's say 5 minus 5 plus or minus, multiply that by whatever. There we go. And these are some other function here or arithmetic operators that you guys can use for your day-to-day scientific calculation. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys straight into Visual Studio Coding Development Environment, and we put one of these together. So let's exit out. Yeah. Okay, let's start with a new tutorial. So first of all, I'm going to save this very project. Let's save it all, and I'm just going to call it scientific. Yeah. Y scientific calculator, and let's enter science right in front of that. Okay, that will do. And right underneath here, you see where it says save type. I'm going to have to change that to Python. Here we actually have different programming languages that we can use, and I'm going to select Python here. There, and let's click on save. There we go. Now the first thing that I like to do is to import the following. Let's say from Tikinta, let's import all. I will enter a star there and import the following as well. There. Okay, the next thing is I'm going to come right down here and I'm going to declare my project. So the app is root, and I'm just going to call that TK, capital or uppercase T and lowercase k, enter parentheses. Come right down here, let's give our project a default name. So I'm going to enter title. Say that's one good thing about this, you get the feedback quick, and I'll just call that scientific. Scientific calculator. Yeah, that will do. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is the configuration of these. I'm going to, let's say root dot resize or resizable. The resizable, I'm going to make the width false equals false, and the height itself is going to be false. go back in there. That will be false. Height equals false, and close up the parentheses. Now what about the geometry? I'm going to say the geometry, root dots geometry, that is going to be, for the first part, that will be for the standard calculator, that will be 400 by 492 plus, I want to get it centered, plus 460 plus maybe 40. Yeah, okay, that would do. That would get it kind of like centered a little bit. All right, so let's come right down here. The next thing I'm going to do here, let's create a frame. I'm going to call that main frame is equals frame, and this frame is going to be a child of root. Yeah, child of root, comma, and BG20. That might be too much, but I'll see. Then let's get it parted equals 2, and I'm going to, okay, let's make that rigid. That should be in uppercase. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to run that up and say grid there. So that is it. I've just created my frame. The other thing I'm going to create is, let's create another frame for my calculator. I'm going to call that frame, call that calculator, and I can just grab all of these anyway. Just grab all of those, paste them in here. What do I need to change? I want this frame, main frame, to be the parent of the calculate frame. Now, what else do I need? The padding is 2, and I'm going to round it up there. That's fine. And right underneath here, let me do one thing. I'm just going to round up the whole process and try it out. That's roots.main. Yeah. Enter parentheses there. I'm going to save this file. Save. Just run it and see how that's going to look like. It's going to be empty. There's nothing in it. Run without debug. Let's see. There, and that's my form there, but the borders are missing, so, but that's no problem. That's all we just need to do. Is I'm going to add, let's come in and just get that grilled there. So that should take care of the missing border. So let's see, let's run it again, and as you can see, it's still not showing. So let's repeat the same thing here. Bring this down, and I'm going to run it now. Run without debug. There we go. That is it right there. Okay, but one thing I want to do now is, let's come down here. I'm just going to add menu. Yep, menu. Let's give it a name first. So I'm going to call it menu bar. Menu bar equals menu. And the menu is going to be a child of the calc itself. Then I'm going to enter menu, file menu, that is equals to menu, and it's going to be a child of menu bar. This very one here, paste that in there, and let's say tier of, that is going to be equal 0. Alright, and the data that will be inside it. I'm going to enter menu bar. Okay, menu bar dot add. And what am I adding? I'm adding an item to be cascaded, so that I'm going to call it the list. List add is going to be equals to file. That's the name of this item, comma, menu equals file menu. So I'm going to be right inside my file menu, this one. Alright, that is fine. So now let's add file menu dot add. Okay, file menu itself is now going to add the following item dot add, and that's dot add command, and that's going to be list. Let's say list, depend on what you want to call it. I'm going to grab all of this, paste that in there. So this one is going to be standard for the standard calculator, and I'm going to create some command for them later on anyway, so we'll get rid of this for now. The next one is going to be for the scientific, so this is going to be scientific. Then I'm going to separate it underneath here. Let's say separator, comma, separate to, enter parenthesis, and right underneath here now I'm going to add another one that would be for exit. Yeah, why not? I want to call that exit. Okay, so come down here. So to make sure that it displays, I'm going to say root dot configure, and that is going to be the menu equals menu bar. Right, that is it. So that should take care of that. Now maybe we should even enter a separator in there here, between that add-on separator. Let's see, I'm going to run it now. Let's run that and see how the menu is going to look like. That is the menu there, and those are my separators, so that is fine. Okay, now that is taken care of, let me take care of, maybe I should add a line here. I'm just going to add a broken line here. Yeah, that is going to be for, let's say we have some widget and maybe the text box. Come down here, I'm going to add my text box in there. First of all, I'm going to declare kind of like variable that is going to be, I'm going to call it add value. Add value is going to be equals to calc. Okay, of course I need to create a class for that. So first of all, let's create this class here. Class calc, maybe I should just call it class calculator so that you don't get confused. This is for the frame and this is for the, okay, we can call it class calculator. I'll change this one around. Yeah, why not? Okay, class calc, enter parentheses there, and that is going to be defined, enter another. Okay, let's get it initialized, and is going to be self. That is going to be self dot total, the very first variable I intend to use. I'm going to call it total, and this total is going to be nothing. I'll declare another one. I'm going to call that dot current, taking all the current value. For my current value, I'm going to say there's nothing in there as well. Now self dot input, that's going to be boolean, so that will be true or false. Right, now let's say self dot check. Now come down here, self dot check underscore sum equals false. Right, for the above the operator, I'm going to say equals OP. That is for the operator, and it's the operator right now is going to be nothing, so come out here, it's going to be equals nothing. Self dot result, that will be false as well. There we go. So those are the variables I intend to use underneath my function. Okay, the function initialized. Okay, now I would like to change this. This is calculator and this is calc. So let's change this to frame. Okay, calculator frame. Calc frame. Okay, let's put a frame in front of it. Calc frame. Yeah. Okay, so you know the difference. One is just the class is just calc, and this is calc frame. So here is going to be calc frame as well. There. Okay, now that that is taken care of, let's take care of the right underneath here. I'm going to then take care of my text box. So let's enter a broken line there. So the text box is going, let's call it text result. That is going to be an entry, and this very entry is a child of calc. Right, the frame, calc frame, calculator frame, comma, and the font equals, let's say area. Okay, area is fine. And comma up there, comma. Let's make the size about 16, comma, and we'll make it bold. There. Okay. Let's go for border. Border equals, oh no, background color equals cadet blue. Cadet blue. There, that's the color I intend to use for that. Enter a speech mark in there, or a quote, comma. Border is 10, no 10. Okay, let's say 30. 30 might be too much though. And the width is going to be 26, and I'll get it justified right. Justified right equals right. There we go. And let's just get our result. Come right down here, paste result dot grilled. That is going to be row equals 0, comma, column equals 0 as well. And I'm going to ask this column to actually span about 4, the size of all the buttons that we have in there equals 4, comma, and get it padded to the y-axis by 1. Yeah. What about value in there? I can just say result dot insert, and that will be 0. There. Okay. I want to try that out. Run. And let's see. Okay, right here. There's a comma missing there. Where is it here? There we go. Alright. Let's make sure no more comma is missing. Now run that again. There we go. Look at it. Alright. You see, those are the 2 borders. So what I'm going to do is, you see this very border? That is the border from the mainframe. I'm going to get rid of that border so that the whole thing will be even. Where is border? This one. Get rid of that. I think one border will do. Come down here, run. And let's see now. There we go. That is fine. Okay. Alright. Now let's add some buttons. So right underneath here, I'm going to add some button widgets. So here, I'm just going to enter numeric, let's say numeric button. Numeric button. Numeric button. That is equals, starting from 7, 8, 9. That's going to be the arrangement of the button. So it's going to be 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3. There, that's going to be the arrangement of my button. 4, 5, 6, 3. Okay, that's cool. Now, underneath here, I'm going to just create one lazy variable. I'm going to call that I equals 0. Alright, and let's create an array. So I'm going to call that btn equals there. Let's use a for loop. Now for, open a bracket. No, this is not C++. For j in the range of, so that is going to be the arrangement of my buttons in the range of 2 by 5. Okay, starting from 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's going to be about 3. That's 4. And for Q, that is going to be in the range of 3. There. I'm just going to enter column there. No, not semicolon, column. Okay, now let's say btn dot append. Okay, I want you to append as follows, and that is going to be button. This button is going to be a child of calculator frame. Come on, the width is going to be equals 6. I'm going to make the height about 2. There, make that 2. And the font, let's just copy that font up here. Where is it? Grab this font, paste it right here. Font 6. Okay, that's fine. And let's say border is going to be 4. Comma, press enter, and I'm going to say the text on it. That is going to be whatever we have inside or on the buttons. So that's going to be numeric button. Paste that in there within an array. Okay, now let's come down here. We just need to say btn dot, now that should be array command. Let's put that in a quote. Yeah, and that is going to be equals to lambda There's an A missing. Alright, lambda, that is x equals number button I, that's the I I'm referring to there, and I will say column add value, this very one, this very add value will still be used later on, add value. I think this should work now. Let's see. Right here I need to round up the whole button though. Okay, let's do that here. Button I dot grid, yeah, dot grid, and that is going to be, let's say row equals j, comma, column equals q, yeah, and let's get it padded equals 1. Right, what else do I need to do? Okay, right underneath here I am now going to, let's say I plus equals 1. So hopefully that should get it iterated. So let's run it and see. There we go. Now I have my buttons in place. See that, guys? Alright, now that the button is taken care of, I'm going to need some other buttons, but I'm going to need some other buttons for the arithmetic operators here, and there will be 0 and so on underneath here. Okay, so let's add the other buttons. So I'm going to exit out here. I'm going to enter the other buttons right underneath here. So let me enter btn O, button O, and as for btn button O, let's enter as follows. You can just grab this. That is equals button, and that's going to be inside the call frame. The text on it, that is going to be, and let's enter, or 0, let's enter width, that's going to be 6, height will be 2 as well, and just need, I might as well grab all of this, do that again, and paste it right there. Okay, one other thing is the back color, let's set to 4 Kided blue. I'm going to grab that and paste that right here. Where is it? Right there. Okay, so what else do we need? Okay, let's just run this up for now. Maybe come down here, bring this down, then I'm just going to say dot grid. I'm going to make that number 5. The row is going to be on row number 5 equals 5, and column is going to be 5 as well. Column is 0. Okay, let's make that 0. I will say comma, let's get it padded equals y. Y-axis, that's 1. Okay, so let's run that and see. So that should be right underneath, because I'm going to need some other ones on top. So that is correct. I'm going to need some other buttons right on top here. Okay, so let's come right down here, and I'm just going to grab this and paste it right underneath here. That will be, I'll call that division. So maybe I'll just speed that up and change this to, let's make that, let that be on the third part. let's see, third. Okay, and copy again, paste that around on it here. I'm going to call that multiplication mult, and as for the mult, I'm going to get that to be number 4, row number 4, and column 3. Right. Okay, for the multiplication sign, let's take care of the division first. I'm going to get rid of that and just change that. Let's use character chart 247. You can always just enter division sign, but I just want this. Then here I'm going to say char 42, char equals 42. Right, so let's speed that up. I'm going to copy all of these and just speed it up. Copy. Okay, I'll finish up with the button code. So let's scroll right down, take it from btn 0, just take it down. There we go. And right there. Okay, so now let's run it. Let's go to start. Let's run. There. That is looking beautiful. Alright, so now let's create the other buttons for the scientific calculator that will be on the side here. Okay, we're gonna have to copy some more buttons then. So copy. First thing first, let me just copy this. So paste that in here. Yeah, and bring this down. Copy that, paste it right here. Okay, and let's just change the details around. This is going to be btn sign, and the text, where's the text here? Get rid of that and just change that to sign, and the role is going to be 1, column 5. Okay, padding is 1, 6, 2. Right, and that is fine. Okay, one other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the width of these for now so that you guys can see what's happening. So let's make that about 800 for now. So I only just added 400 to it. So let's come right down here to make sure that there's no error there. Yeah, so far it's looking good, and it is cadet blue as well, so that's fine. The padding, let me add X axis there because I'm gonna need some space in between. Yeah, I made this one X, and that is going to be 5. Just this one alone. The rest I don't need to. I wouldn't have to pad the rest. So I can even copy it now. Paste, paste, and paste. So we have how many? 4. So I'm going to change this one to tangent. Get rid of that and enter tangent here. Right. Okay, in the case of the tangent, yeah, I'm gonna need that as well. I'm gonna need this. Okay, let's go for course and change this to course as well. Right, and is going to be 1. Now the row is 1. The column will be 6. The tangent 5, and this one is, let's change this to 4. Alright. Okay, I can leave the padding. I only needed it for 1 anyway. Okay, let's say course 6, and this will be 7. There. Okay, let's try it out. Run. Let's see how that's gonna look like. Alright, that is not bad. So I'm gonna take off the padding. I only need it for 1. Yeah, just for this one. So get rid of this here. I don't want it here. No, no, no. Just 1 will do. Right. Okay, that's fine now. I'm going to now just run it and see how that's going to look like. Very good. That's much better. Okay, now let's copy it for the others. Just copy all of this and I'll change it around. For the next one, that'll be right underneath. Paste that there. Let's change that around. So this is going to be row number 2. 2, 2, and 2. There. And we just need to change all of this now. So let's call that H. Sine H. Tangent H. I think there's cosine H as well. Now, and this, I'm just going to call that pi. Maybe pi 2. 2 pi. And I need the formula for pi here. First of all, let's just enter pi in there. We'll take care of that later on. Let's run it and see how that's going to look like. Alright, so I just need to get rid of the color, and apart from this one, I will leave this color on. So this one's color, back color, delete, delete, and delete. So let's run. Let's see. Okay, it's looking good. Right, let's just speed it up now since you guys get the whole idea. Okay, the codes are ready for the rest of the buttons. Let me show it to you guys. Get rid of that. And bring it down. Else that's going to cause an error. Get rid of that as well. Those are the lines of code you're looking at for the buttons. Now let's get rid of this for now. If I have to copy it, I will get it copied. Okay. There. And I'm now going to run it so that you guys see how that looks like. Maybe I should get rid of this minimum. Just come in and get rid of that. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that now. Take it from the top. Bring it down. Down again. And down again. So after we run the calculator now, I will then start to work with the functions. Alright, here we go. And that's all there is to the buttons. There. Okay, let's run it. Run. Let's see. There we go. Those are the buttons. And nothing is happening right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to collapse this. So let's go back up there to my geometry here. I can still remember it was 400. So you guys won't be able to see the scientific calculator anymore. So you will only be able to see it by using the menu there. Okay, so this is how it's looking. Alright, let's come right down here and take care of the functions. Okay, I'm going to take it right down where the menu are. There we go, right here. I'm going to enter my functions in there. The very first one is going to be for, let's call it I exit. There, that's going to be my very first function. Okay, I exit, that will be equals tick enter. The reason why I decide to take care of my exit like this is so that it will actually prompt the user to confirm if they want to exit or not. Dot, no, that is meant to be ask yes or no. Yeah, there we go. And come right in here. I'm just going to enter scientific calculator in here. Scientific calculator. There. And I'm going to come out of it and let's enter confirm if you want to exit. Confirm, no, that should be in a quote as well. Confirm if you want to exit. Want to exit. There. And right underneath here, I'm going to use an if statement. If I exit is less than then we then say root dot destroy. Enter parentheses and let's get it to return. There we go. So that's my exit taken care of. This very exit, I'm going to call it right inside my menu. That is called exit. I have a menu here. Scroll right down. Where is it? Exits. There. So in there, I'm just going to enter a comma, command equals I exit. There. Let's try that out. That's the very first function taken care of. Run the program. Come in here, exit. No. And exit, yes. There, the exit is taken care of. Now let's take care of the scientific and the standard one. So first of all, let's say standard so that we can always know. Let's take care of scientific. Let me use a lowercase scientific. Okay, grab that and just change this to lowercase. And in the case of scientific, I just want to change the geometry, so I'm going to grab all the geometry here, grab that, bring it right down here. Geometry, I'm going to make that 700 plus 790 something, 796, that's cool. And I'm going to leave the height the way it is. Here the position is fine. Do we want to get it to resize? No. Where is resize? Grab that as well. And scroll right down. Yeah. Paste resize there. What else do I need to do with the scientific? Okay. Let's say txt result, and that will be dot delete 0 up to the end. There we go. Now I'm also going to insert into it now. So clear whatever we have in there and then insert 0 in there, because 0 is the default. There. That takes care of the scientific one. But the thing is, okay, let's call this scientific. I'm going to call it inside the menu. Let's come there. That is the menu for it. So you just say comma, paste, grab the command, paste it there. Now I'm going to run the scientific just to make sure. Nah, I don't want that. Let's run the scientific. Come here, run without debug. Where is it? Come on. There we go. We can go straight to the scientific. Look at that. Oh, I think that's too large. Alright. Might as well click on my exit. Yes, exit. What did I enter in there? Oh, 7,000 plus. Get rid of the 0. At least it shows that it works. Okay, the next one is going to be the, let's take it back to standard. So this will be 400. Change this to standard. That's 400, and this is going to be standard calculator. There we go. Let's call that very standard calculator in here. Where's standard? There we go. Comma, paste, and grab the command, paste it right there. That is for the standard calculator. So let's see if there's any other thing to take care of inside the standard calculator. I think that's it for the standard. So let's go back to here. I want to be able to populate. Just add something in there. Come in here. Where is it? Come on. Scientific. Where is it? Scientific and standard. Scientific. You see here, let's just add something to it. Or if I want this one to go all the way, that will be too long. Let's just add something to it. I'm going to add in there dynamic hunter. That's my name. Okay then. So let's create a button there. LBL. Let's say display. And that is going to be a label, and this very label is going to be inside call frame, comma, text equals dynamic hunter. Dynamic hunter. Okay, now let's change that font. I just don't want it to be dynamic hunter alone. I'm going to change the font to, okay, I'm going to use a barcode font that is C, uppercase C 9 HR P2 4 DH T think a T again. That's it. And let's make the size of that barcode fonts, make it about 60. There. Come out of it and just get it padded. X-axis equals 9. And I'm just going to run this up. What about the color? Let's change the color as well. Okay, comma, press enter. Okay, the font is going to be cadet blue. Right, that's the font. Now get it justified. I don't know, maybe I should do that or not. Justified center equals center. That's a T missing. Right. Okay, now let's run it up. I'm gonna grab all of these and just run it up. Come right down here, dot, grid, and that is going to be roll is going to be 0, roll 0 equals 0, and column I'm going to make that 4 equals 4, and I want it to span 4 as well. Equals 4. Alright. Okay, that is it, all done. But there's one more thing. You see this scientific? Let me change this to so that we can get it back centered. I'm going to change that to about 260. Yeah, so let's run it now. See, and this should generate a barcode for me. If you guys want to install barcode, just go to that font. I will include the font URL there for you guys to just download and install. Okay, let's see. There we go. Scientific, and right there, dynamic hunter. If you're wondering what is dynamic hunter, that's my name. If you type that into Wu-Tang, the name changer thing, you should get that. Dynamic hunter. Paul Roman means dynamic hunter. Okay, then now let's see what else do we need to do. Okay, dynamic hunter all in uppercase or maybe lowercase, I don't know. Yeah, okay, change it to uppercase. Alright. Okay, that takes care of that. Now that all of that is done, we just need to be able to take care of all the buttons now to make sure we are able to enter data and so on. And that is all for it now. So I am going to exit out. Yeah, and let's go right up there. Right here. There. So I'm going to start by, let's declare a function right underneath here, and that very function I'm going to call it enter number. So let's say function enter number. There. Now I'm going to grab results. These very results, self.results is going to be what? False for now because there's nothing in there. There we go. So I will declare a local variable. This local variable is going to be known as, let's just call that number or let's say first number, then first num, that will be equals to whatever we enter inside txt results dot get. Undo that. Dot get should be right up there. Dot get, enter parentheses, and second num is going to be, second num should be an argument in here. So let me just say self comma, that will be num, right? And right underneath here, I'm now going to say second number, second num equals, convert that to text, to text. Now what else do we need? Now let's use an if statement to validate whatever the input is. So we're gonna say if set dot input value, if self dot input value then second number, no, current, self dot current, that will be equals to second num. Let's second number, paste that there, and input value itself is going to now become false there. Else, so else what is else if second number this time around, else if second number, if second num equals, just in case if there's any decimal, then if second number inside the first num, in first num, second num in first number, and what we want is for it to return there. So say current, let's get the current, self dot current equals first number plus second number, first number plus second number, self dot display. I'm going to have to create a function that I'll call display, so let's just say, let's enter that in there, self dot display, that will be the current number. So we'll create that now, dot current, right? So underneath here, let me just create something for display. So come right down here and create a function. Function we call that display, and that is going to take in value that has that argument in there, parameters I mean. Okay, now let's say txt result dot delete and that is going to be 0 up to the end. Undo that. Was 0, comma, there. And let's also insert a value into it. Txt result dot insert, and that will be 0, comma, value. There we go. So display this very function that is called here is taken care of now. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's grab the total. We call that sum of total. Yeah. Okay. Sum of total is going to be self. Now, without one result is going to be true. Grab the results. That will be true here. That's true. And current. Grab current equals what? Get it indented properly. Current equals float self dot current. Right. So right in here I'm going to down, let's say if self dot check sum equals true. In that case, I'm going to have to call where I will carry out all of my arithmetic operators. Yeah. So, okay. Let's just say else. I'm going to say self dot total equals float txt result dot get and parentheses. There. This will give us an error because we won't be able to see any of the arithmetic operator yet. So now this is where, let's create a function in here where I'm going to take care of all of my calculation. I'm just going to call that valid function. And that should be self also. Okay, I'm going to call that very valid function. Let's call it right in here. Valid function. That should be self though. Self.valid function. And enter parentheses. Okay, scroll right down. So that should take care of that. Yeah, that should take care of that. Okay, come down here. Now let's use an if statement to check whatever the option might be for the operator. Let's see, I have the operator there. So if operator equals, depend on what the operator is. So come down here. So if operator equals odd, then what we want the system to do is self.total, that will be plus equals self.current. Yeah. Okay, so now let's check out the subtraction. So I'm going to grab these and change that to subtraction. If that is sub, then this becomes subtract, and repeat the same thing for the multiplication. If that is mod, and this becomes multiply. Now division, let's come down. If that is division, or divide, so this becomes divide. Now come down one more time. There. The next one is, let's go for modulus. And this become mode. There we go. Alright, I think I must have taken care of most of it. So now let's say self.input value, that will becomes true, equals true, and self dot checksum, self dot checksum equals false. Then we need to display. Come down here, come on. Self dot display, that equals self dot total. Right. Let's make sure that is saved. Okay, before I continue with this function, I'm going to call this very number here, enter number. Let's go straight to where I have my buttons right here. Okay, so what we need to then do is we say dot, I think I call it enter number. No. Yeah, enter number, and that is going to be X. Right, so that should take care of, I guess that's lowercase, let's see, yeah, and this is lowercase as well. Okay, save that and let's go back up there. Now let's get the operator. Okay, I've just speed up the operator. Let's bring it down. That is it right there. That is for the operator, and I've also addressed this very function here. There. Okay, now come down here. Let's take care of the I'm going to take care of the function. Let's just call that clear entry. Right, so the function clear entry, let's grab the result. Self.result equals false. Self.current, come down. What's wrong with that? That will be current, and that is also, that's going to be 0. And what about self.display? Self.display, grab that, paste, that will be 0 as well. What about input? Self.input value, that is equals true. Yeah, so that is taken care of. So we would need to call all of these inside the buttons. So let's take care of one more, then we can just try it out and call it. I'm going to call that. Let's come down here and just this function, I'm going to call it all clear underscore clear underscore entry, and that is going to be self.clear self.clear entry. Okay, I've just called this very one here, and self.total equals 0. Okay, so this one will be for the plus minus, and this one will be, no, this one will be for enter clear entry, and this one will be just to clear everything. So let's do one more, and with them, the next one is going to be for the, let's say, mass, and that is going to be self. Okay, plus, that's the plus minus. Okay, so we grab result in that case equals false, result on current anyway, and we also need the display, so I'm going to grab all of this, come down here, paste, and now self.result equals false current, that would be minus float equals, that's float txt result dot get. Okay, then display itself equals self.current. There we go. Right, the button. So I'm going to scroll right down. Let's go to entry button here, right here. So I'm going to come in here, just enter command equals, that will be add value dot clear entry, clear think underscore entry. I think so. Let's see, it should be underscore entry. Yep, that is correct. So that is taken care of, and I'm just gonna grab that. Let's grab that and repeat the same thing for the next one here. Paste that there, and that will be all clear entry, all underscore clear entry. Right, let's make sure there's no error. That's fine. Okay, let's look for the PM. I can just call that now, and right there, that's the button PM. Paste that in there. We'll change this to dots mass PM. Okay, I think that should take care of that. Right. Okay, let's deal with some more functions that we'll be using for all these buttons. And there, guys, so all of the other operators or functions has been taken care of. There they are, so have a look at that. That is for the course and the course H, tangent, sine, log or logarithm, exponential, pi, e, self, a course, a sine, there, and bring it down. There we go. Those are all the other functions for the logarithm itself. Log 2, log 10, log 1p, backspace, and there. I'll take that back up so that you can see it. Where is it? There we go. Okay, those are all the functions. And now, inside all of their buttons, button 0 now have command equals lambda there, add value dot enter number. That should be enter number. Let's grab that. There we go, enter number. Okay, let's make sure all of them are enter number as well. Right, so the next one, tangent button, the course button, you can see that. Bring it down. Same tangent, course, and right here we have the pi, backspace, there, clear, all clear, and right here we have add sum, that is the equals. Okay, then we have for the other scientific calculator, and bring it down. You can see where the commands are all called. That is what I want you guys to see. We have called all of the functions. These are all the other functions called for the scientific calculator, and bring it down here as well. And that is all there is to it. So the other ones is just the function for exit, the function for standard calculator and scientific function there, and finally the menu. And that's all there is to it. So we're going to run this program now, and we take it from there. So let's just take it up gently. Okay, so that you guys can see it, so you can always pause the video and just type it all out. Okay, that's the numeric buttons. Right, and there we have our text box. Backspace, log. Alright, so I'm going to run it now, and we'll just call it the end of this project. Okay, that's all there is to it, so let's run it. Run the program. That's good. Now scientific and standard, let's enter whatever value in there. 5 multiplied by 3 there. Clear. Let's try out the backspace. Let's say 4 multiplied by 9. We don't want 9. Clear 9 multiplied by 2, 8. Plus minus multiplied by 8, 64. That's minus 64. Clear. Scientific. Sign of 1. Clear. Pi. Let's multiply that by anything there. And that's it, guys. That's how you create your own scientific calculator using Visual Studio Code application. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.